Hi guys, welcome! The RO 2.0 Isle of Dreams special episode will finally arrive in global server on August 23 and in C server on August 27. One of the most awaited features of this episode is the release of the new Gunslinger expanded job class. So in this series, we'll discuss what we know so far about the Gunslinger class and how to prepare in advance. In the first episode of this series, we'll look into the unique characteristics and special skills of this class. Then on the succeeding videos, we'll focus on the 3 major Gunslinger DPS builds, including the stats, skills, runes, equipment cards, and tips that are relevant to each build. Hopefully by the end of this series, you'll have a clearer idea on what the Gunslinger class is all about so that you can decide whether to build one when the episode arrives. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Since Gunslinger is an expanded job class, you'll be able to change into Gunslinger once your novice character has reached base level 80. Upon reaching Gunslinger job level 70, you can then advance to the Rebel 3rd job class. And then upon reaching Rebel job level 60, you can advance to the Tyrant 4th job class. Compared to Stellar Hunters, Gunslingers have a higher damage potential and longer attack range that can even surpass your device's field of vision. Their design is more modern and sophisticated, which represents their technologically advanced background. Their class-exclusive motorcycle mount also looks very cool, which I think will entice everyone to multi-job to this class. Gunslingers mainly use ammunition-based weaponry, and there are 2 types of guns that they can equip, the pistol or the rifle. Pistols and rifles have no size penalty and mainly deal range physical damage. When comparing the 2 weapons, pistols are more preferred for large-scale combat as most of the pistol skills deal AoE damage, whereas rifles are more preferred for small-scale or one-on-one combat as most of the rifle skills deal single-target burst damage. Another difference is that pistols can hold more ammunition than rifles, which can be further increased with the magazine expansion passive skill of Rebels. Using gun-related skills will cost bullets and require reloading. The animation time of reloading lasts for 2 seconds, and you can reload either automatically or manually. When farming, you can set it up to reload passively whenever the ammunition is exhausted. But in PvP and difficult instances, I think the best way to maximize the Gunslinger's potential is to time your manual reloads carefully. A problem you may encounter while reloading is that you'll be vulnerable to enemy attacks during the 2-second period. However, with the Vigilance passive skill and these runes, you'll be able to reduce the damage you receive during the reloading process by up to 40%, as well as increase your movement speed by up to 40%. Reloading will also heal 10% of your max HP after channeling. Furthermore, there are also other skills and runes that can help optimize the reloading process. First is the Reload Unlimited Acer rune, wherein activating all 4 nodes will stop consuming any bullets within 6 seconds after reloading has finished. Second is by utilizing the full Firepower skill, which you can obtain from a Class S rune. Using this buff skill will stop consuming any bullets within the buff's duration. You should prioritize getting a high value on its duration to maximize your Gunslinger's efficiency. Third is a Fallen Angel skill with a 3rd line effect of this Class S rune, as it will reload all ammunition after using the Fallen Angel displacement skill. However, you cannot place this skill in the auto skill bar. And last is a Coin Flip skill with the Acer rune activated, which lets you reload 5 bullets automatically after using the Coin Flip buff skill. All in all, I think it will be easier to master the reload mechanics with the help of these skills and runes. Next, let's discuss the attack skills of the Gunslinger class. Unlike Ninja's Flowing Blade, which has 4 unique attack animations, Gunslinger's basic attacks are just repetitions of a single animation, and thus you can have a standard ADL auto-attack build for farming. The main advantage of using normal attacks for farming is that it does not consume any ammunition, so you will save time with the bullet reload mechanics. There's also a Class S rune which allows you to launch a tracking bullet whenever using gun attacks. And if a third line effect of this rune is activated, you can even launch up to 2 tracking bullets. This is somewhat similar to Stellar Hunter's Meteor Fission skill, which allows you to kill up to 3 monsters at a time. So I'm guessing Gunslinger will be at par with Stellar Hunters when it comes to farming efficiency. We'll be focusing on the auto-attack farming build of Gunslingers in the second episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. When equipped with a pistol, Gunslingers can use a variety of AoE physical damage skills that deal lethal damage to enemies in their path. Some of the notable pistol skills are as follows. First, we have the Piercing Shot skill, which shoots at a target, dealing physical damage to all enemies in the bullet's path. Next is the Crossfire skill, which shoots continuously within a rectangular shaped area in front of you, dealing AoE physical damage every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds. And then we have the fourth job skill, Dance of Death, which randomly shoots enemies around you for 3 seconds, dealing physical damage every 0.3 seconds. We'll be focusing on the pistol skill damage build in the third episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. When equipped with a rifle, Gunslingers specialize in using single-target physical damage skills that can instantly kill any opponent in PvP. Some of the notable rifle skills are as follows. First, we have Precision Shot, which can deal physical damage to a target after a short charging time that ignores the effects of Light Shield, Auto Guard, Sword Parry, and Curie Elation. Next is the Hawkeye buff, which greatly increases the range of the rifle's normal attacks and skills for up to additional 9 meters if you get the max value on the second line of this star rune. So don't be surprised if you can kill enemies off screen. And then we have the fourth job skill, Absolute Transpierce Headshot, which charges for 5 seconds and then triggers a direct headshot which has a chance to instantly kill the target in PvP. We'll be focusing on the rifle PvP build in the fourth and final episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. Although Gunslingers mainly deal physical damage, they also possess grenade skills in their arsenal that deal magic damage and apply powerful debuffs on enemy units. First, we have the Frag Grenade, which you can throw up to a range of 7 meters, dealing neutral magic damage based on your magic attack and dex stats. Its damage can be further increased with these runes. The second line of this Class A rune will also allow Frag Grenade to inflict bleed status on enemies hit. Second is a Smoke Grenade, which is actually not an attack skill but a self-buff skill that allows you to hide for 5 seconds, and this hiding status is undetectable. However, you cannot attack in this state. Activating these AC runes will enhance Smoke Grenade's effect, as these will increase the hiding duration to up to 7 seconds and restores your max HP by 15%. Third is Flash Grenade, which is a debuff skill that can inflict dark and stun status on enemies after breakthrough. In addition, there's an 80% chance for physical skills to miss for 8 seconds, which is very good against Nogu's Cart Tornado and Blade Soul's Soul Depravity. Fourth is a Disintegrating Bomb skill, which can be obtained from the Acer Monument runes. This skill can deal neutral magic damage based on your magic attack and has 60% chance of destroying the enemy's equipment. And last, for grenade skills, we have the Grenade Launcher passive skill, which reduces the cooldown of Smoke Grenade to 15 seconds and Flash Grenade to 16 seconds. The cooldown of grenade skills can be further decreased by up to 50% with the full Firepower self-buff, which can be obtained from Class S rune. Another effect of the Grenade Launcher passive skill is that it also increases the casting range of Frag Grenade and Flash Grenade from 7 to 12 meters. Overall, I don't think you can rely on the magic damage of grenade skills to kill enemies, since the weaponry of Gunslingers is physical attack based. The grenade skills should mainly be utilized for the buffs and debuffs they apply. Up next, let's discuss the auxiliary skills of the Gunslinger class. Gunslingers do not only deal huge damage from a long range, but also ensure their own survival with their unique skill set. They can dash twice, hide near walls, apply debuffs, and reduce the damage they receive, which make them a formidable force in PvP. Let's start first with their mobility skill. Gunslingers can easily go from one direction to another because of their Fallen Angel skill, which allows them to sprint to a designated location. Up to 2 charges can be stored, so it can be used 2 times in a row. Its casting range can be further increased from 9 to 11 meters with this Acer rune. Unlike Chronomancer's Wormhole, it doesn't let you pass through walls and map obstacles, since it is a dash skill and not a teleportation skill. Casting Fallen Angel can even grant a buff that increases your agi and movement speed for 5 seconds after sprinting due to these runes. This Class S rune can even reduce the charging time of Fallen Angel from 12 to 7 seconds with a max second line effect, allowing you to spam it more often. Getting the third line effect of this rune should be the topmost priority of gunslingers, as it will reload all ammunition after sprinting, so you will no longer need to manually reload for 2 seconds. Up next, let's take a look at the Gunslinger's hiding skills. One of the most well-known skills of Gunslingers is their ability to become invisible when near walls or edges of the terrain. This effect can be achieved due to the Taking Cover skill, which is a buff that lasts for 30 seconds. If you activate these AC runes, you can quickly run to the nearest wall to hide and have increased flee and crit resistance. It will also be essential to get this Class S rune to increase the effective range from the edge of the terrain by 1 meter, to have a chance to evade ranged physical damage, and to remove the cooldown of Taking Cover. Taking Cover will really synergize with the rifle skills due to its super long range. You can even attack while hiding as long as you are near the wall. I think a good strategy for future gunslingers is to find a spot near the wall and camp there while sniping enemies from afar. But do take note that the Absolute Transpierce rifle skill takes 5 seconds to charge for maximum damage, so enemies may evade your shot when they walk outside your attack range. Another skill that can help you hide from enemies is the Tyrant passive skill Blood Veil. It grants the ability to inflict bleed status on enemies when attacking with gun skills, wherein affected enemies will not be able to see you in their field of vision. I think this synergizes well with Taking Cover and rifle skills, as it has higher chance to inflict bleed compared to pistol skills. Getting this enhancement skill will increase the HP loss from bleed status by 0.5%. Lastly, we have the Smoke Grenade, which we have already discussed earlier. The hiding state provided by Smoke Grenade cannot be detected, which is perfect for escaping. However, you cannot attack in this hiding state. So I guess a good combination is to hide first with Taking Cover and find a wall to snipe enemies safely with your rifle skills. And then if you get sighted, just cast Smoke Grenade and reposition to another safe spot. Up next, let's take a look at Gunslingers' defensive skills, which can further improve their survivability in the arena. First, we have the Bulletproof Armor skill, which increases range physical damage reduction by 50% but grants less 30% movement speed penalty. Its effect can be enhanced with these runes, wherein you can get higher range physical damage reduction and lower movement speed penalty. It also extends the buff duration from 30 to 46 seconds. With Bulletproof Armor, you'll have sufficient protection against a variety of meta skills in PvP. Another powerful defensive skill is Platinum Altar, which consumes all your bullets to build a barrier around yourself lasting for 1 minute. Every 2 bullets can block a single damage, so if you're using the Hellfire pistol, which has a maximum of 20 bullets, you can block a total of 10 damages. If you max this enhancement skill, additional 3 damages can be blocked. So all in all, you can block a total of 13 instances of damage. However, it cannot block the instant kill effect of Blade Soul's Soul Depravity. Another way for gunslingers to cheat death is by activating the Adrenaline skill from the Acer Monument runes and getting the third line effect of this Class S rune. Adrenaline is a buff which prevents you from losing HP for 4 seconds. But with the third line effect of this rune, Adrenaline will automatically trigger when dying if it's not on cooldown. In addition, this rune will allow you to heal your HP per second and increase your resistance to abnormal status by up to 100%. And lastly, we have several utility and debuff skills to counter even the most powerful players. First is Rain of Fire, which is an AoE skill that consumes 4 bullets and deals fire element damage 4 times for 2 seconds. At the same time, it removes enemies' ground magic effect such as Chronomancer's Earth Field and Arcane Master's Fire Pillar. What's good about Rain of Fire compared to other ground clearing skills is that it doesn't remove your allies' ground skills. In addition, these enhancement skill and rune can further enhance its effect, wherein it can inflict a burn status, deal up to 50% higher damage, and even has a chance to remove enemies' buffs. If the third line effect of this star rune is activated, Rain of Fire will last for 4 seconds. But do take note that this new star rune was only implemented on a later patch in the China server. Second is Warning Shot, which inflicts fear status to nearby enemies for 3 seconds and reduces their physical defense by 50% for 8 seconds. With these runes, Warning Shot can even reduce the enemy's attack, magic attack, and movement speed for 5 seconds. Its cooldown can be shortened from 15 to 8 seconds, so you can continuously apply the minus 50% def debuff to enemies. Third, we have the Firing Shot skill, which is a debuff that removes 20% of the target's current HP and inflicts bleed status. This synergizes with the Blood Veil skill, wherein enemies affected by bleed status will not be able to see you in their field of vision. Fourth, we have Crimson Marker, which marks an enemy, allowing you to track the target's location in the mini-map. In addition, it applies a debuff that prevents the marked target from hiding and reduces their movement speed as well as physical def with this Class B rune. The Crimson Death Mark can last for 30 to 40 seconds. And lastly, we have the Bounty skill, which puts a bounty mark on a target costing 1000 Zenny. If you or your teammate kills the target within 20 seconds, it will restore the killer's HP and SP by 100% and reload all bullets if the killer is a gunslinger. With this enhancement skill and star rune, the bounty mark will also reduce the target's physical and magic damage reduction, final damage reduction, and damage dealt by up to 15%, so this will severely weaken the enemy. In addition, if the third line effect is active, the whole party will get the bounty rewards upon killing the target. Alright, so far we discussed all the utility skills of the Gunslinger class that will make them fun to play in PvP. Stay tuned for the next episode of my Gunslinger Guide series, as we'll focus more on the stats, skills, runes equipment, and tips for the auto-attack farming build of Gunslingers. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love you to consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.